guys, it's Brooke, and today we're going to be making CBD bath bombs with a little bit of THC for the entourage effect. So let's get into it. The first step is you're going to want to get a measuring cup and get 2 cups of baking soda, which we have right here. So then you put it in the blender to mix it up so that it's not clumpy and you get a good mix. So we did that so that it's nice and smooth and powdery and that you don't have big chunks left over when you mix everything together. So now after pouring it into the blender, I'm just going to pour it into the bowl. There we go. The next step is citric acid. So I'm going to put 1 cup of that in. Now we're going to put 1.5 cups of cornstarch in. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So next you're going to want to add 2 to 4 tablespoons of water. And by the way, you can find this recipe on the Mary Jane Club website. Now I'm going to add a bit of Rick Simpson oil into the bath bomb so we get some THC to get the entourage effect. Dun, dun. I'm just measuring out the CBD oil that we're going to put in, and I have a 100 milliliter graduated cylinder, so that's what we're going to do now. So now we're going to mix it all together. Next we're going to put cajuput oil in, and it's really good for helping ease pain. So yeah, you're just going to want to put a little bit in, you don't need too much. And then next we're going to put some lemon essential oil in, just to make it smell super good. And again, you only need a few drops. There you go. So then you can put some food coloring in, which we're going to be using food grade food coloring because you want to make sure you use that and not other stuff. And you can do any color you want. So we're going to do blue. So as you can see here, we decided not to homogenize the blue because we wanted to keep this speckled look to make it more fun, spring-like. So now I'm just going to take it and mold it into these little molds that we have to make the perfect little bath bomb. Okay, so we figured out a little hack while we were going through trying to make the bath bombs, and we figured out that the best way to get the perfect circular shape is to get each half of the mold, fill it up completely, put it together like this, do a little twist, and then take it apart. Perfect circle. So yeah, that's the best way we found, so you should try it out. Hey guys, so now we're going to be making the same bath bombs except now with CBD Isolate instead of the CBD oil. So the first step is you're going to want to take the CBD Isolate and mix it in with coconut oil, which is infused with Susan's homegrown stuff, so you know what's up. So you're just going to pour that in. So now I'm just going to set this aside and start by mixing our dry ingredients. So first you're going to take your baking soda again. And this time, the recipe only calls for 1 cup of baking soda, so you're going to do that. So again, you're just going to want to blend up any chunks so that it's super smooth. And now I'm just going to pour it into the measuring cup. Make sure you got the right amount. Pour it into the bowl. And then next, we're going to want to get a 1/2 cup of citric acid, which is right here. So we're just going to do that. So now that we got our citric acid, we'll add it with the baking soda. And the combination between the citric acid and the baking soda is what actually makes the bath bomb fizz. So super sciencey and cool. Okay, and so now, unlike the other recipe, we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of Epsom salts. Okay, so we're gonna add that in. And then just give the dry ingredients a quick mix. And then you can add in the oil. Oh wow. Voila. And again, you're just gonna wanna add a little bit of the cajuput oil, fill up the top. Here we go. And then lastly, some lemon for the smell. And you can use any essential oil or smell that you want. We're just using lemon because that's the one that we have today, but you can use lavender, anything that you think that smells good. And then the last step is if you have access to some Rick Simpson oil, you're gonna wanna add that in. So we noticed after mixing all this together that the recipe was a little crumbly, so we're just going to add a little bit of water to make it stick together, and it's not in the recipe, but we're just adding that in. Okay guys, so we hit a little bit of a hiccup, but we're trying to salvage what we have. Right now I'm just adding a little bit of dried rosemary in to add some spice, and note to self, do not add water. I know we added water previously, but do not do that. It does not work. So now we're just experimenting with some shapes, doing some fun little crafty things. We tried making squares, you can see over here.
Your hand is crazy.
And then we have a little heart. So we're just gonna have fun with it, you know? Try to make the best. Our bath bombs all made up. You're gonna wanna let them sit out for 24 hours and then use them in the bath. I'm super excited to be using these bath bombs, and I will check back in with you guys on Saturday at the meeting.